So I want to welcome you guys once again to another episode of this class. And if you can see on my screen, I'm already having a very simple navigation bar. So if I go to my website now, my web page, you see that the page is already loaded up. It's a simple navigation bar without much styling. So now let me quickly create maybe some sample design for my body and my footer. So now I want to generate a div with a class of container, a div with a class of container. Then inside that div, I want to have a h1 with a text of let's say welcome to my site. Then after that, I want to have a random text of Lorem. Then I just hit enter. As you can see, the system has automatically generated my random text with my header and the rest. So now I want to have another one again, div with a class of footer. If you want to know much about this, what's it called, the the image shortcut, kindly click on this video that pops up at your right hand side. So you're going to see some of the more videos are still coming regards the image. Okay, now I want to have a div with a style of footer, then with a content of just footer. Then you hit enter. As you can see, the system automatically generate my div. So if I go back to my website now and I refresh, you'll be seeing a simple write-up, just a simple write-up. Then if you watch at the top here, I already have a CSS, an external CSS link to my site, and this is the CSS already open on my working environment. So the ones I'm having here is just for the menu bar styling. So let me just style the container with a bit styling, so that we'll see how container, open my bracket. I want the margin to be about 5 px. Then let my padding left should be about let's say 150 px, and then my padding right should be about maybe 200 px. Then after that, let me give it a background color of let's say something like this, not even brown as per se. And why is the other one not taking effect? Background color should be black. Then let our height be about 50 px. Then our text color, let it be white. Then our font size, let it be about 8 px. Let's refresh. Then our text align, let it be center. Then let's refresh and see. It's too much. Let me change this to like 16 px. Our height, let it be 30. Okay, I think something, it's quite okay. Green color, don't know why it's not taking effect. Okay, then let's set our width, our height to like 200 px. I think it's okay like this. Okay, now what I actually want to illustrate for you guys to see is how to make use of include. Are you getting it? So let's go back to our, this footer, let me give it font weight of 900. Please, if you want to learn about css because I've done most of these things in some of my classes. If you want to follow up my css, you can visit my modern html. I don't actually have a separate class for css, but I normally combine the html and css class together. So you can click on the video at the right, I just pop up at the right hand side, or possibly at the end of this video, just go to the YouTube channel. You will see the html playlist on my playlist section. Now I'll go to my include folder, then I'll create a file there called, let's say, header. Let's say even header self. Are you getting it? I'll create it as header. Then first, this my header, this my, sorry, I didn't even name it well, header dot php. Now this header, I want to copy this my html skeleton into it. For example, this header code, you know, the header is the one carrying my css tag. So I can just decide that, okay, I want to have my header in a separate file here. So I can just decide to have this header on a separate file. I'll just copy it. I'll come to my include folder. I have a separate header in my include folder for my html header. Are you getting it now? So if I go back here now and now refresh, everything will scatter because the html header is not there. The css I linked is no longer there. So what I will do now to include it, I'll just come up to the index where I want to include the header, open my PHP syntax, which you already know, then I'll just type include. Are you getting it? Include, open my two quotes, open and close quote, close it with a colon, a semicolon, then I'll close my PHP. I'll just come here, is in include folder / header.php. It's as simple as this. Include is the PHP syntax. Are you getting it? Then after that, you open your quote. You can either use a single quote or double quote. Then because I'm having the header in a folder, I'm sure you must have learned this in your HTML. That's why I'm having this include folder here. Had it been it is in the same folder as the header.php, there won't be need for me to include this one. So when I go back now and I now refresh, you will see that everything is back. Are you getting it now? You see that everything is what is back, because I've already, with the help of this include, I'm already having it here. Now I can decide that, okay, this navigation bar, I want to have it in this include also as a separate file. So I'll just go to my include, because the navigation bar is something you're going to have across board, all navbar.php. So now I'll come back to my index here, come back to my index, then the nav bar, I'll just copy it from here, or let me even copy my, let me take this body to that my header. Where is it? The header, so that it will be there. I'll know I've already opened my header there. So I'll come here, copy this navigation bar, come back to my nav bar and paste it here. Are you getting it? So if I go back now and now refresh, it won't be there because I've not linked it. So I might decide then here now, I might decide to create a new PHP file, a new PHP line. I can just create a new PHP line, close it, come back here, type my include, then open my quote, then I'll just say include / navbar.php. So when I go back now and now refresh, you see that the navbar is back. If I don't want to create this multiple line, I can just comment this out. I think I have taught you guys how to comment. So when you're commenting, you're not you're, the double slash won't come outside your PHP syntax like this, your PHP line. It will come in between here immediately after you open your PHP. So I can just, if I don't want to have it, let us refresh first and see. So if I don't want to have it on a different line, I can come here where I close my PHP. I'll just do it like this. Then I'll come here, bring in another include, then bring in the name of my folder and navbar.php. So if I go back now and I refresh, you see that my navbar is back. So now let me just take out this one. Then now this is our body. Are you getting it? Then now this footer, we'll have to create another footer section, because it's something we are going to have across board. So I'll just come here, come back to my footer, I'll paste it here. You all know if I go back and refresh, it won't be there again until I come back to my index. But now I will need to include my PHP here, then bring in my include, then open my quotes, then I'll just say include /footer.php. So now let me take this to the footer too, because since I'm bringing it in, then once I refresh, it will be here. So now as you can see, I'm having, you see how my work is neat now. And this border, you can also create another section, another include for this your body section. It depends on how you want your code to look.